And Senator John McCain joins us. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Greta.
Well, it certainly sounds like the U.S. is giving up on Kobani, and now with Greg Palcott's report that there's fighting between the Kurds and the Turks, it sounds like this is just spreading. This is getting worse.
Well, the Kurds obviously are very unhappy, but this is kind of demonstrations within Turkey that are serious, but they're not warfare. But for John Kerry to blithely dismiss the deaths of thousands of people, and then our Pentagon touting 14 strikes into Kobani or in the outskirts, because since we have no one on the ground, there is no way of really identifying targets. So the brave Kurds, and I mean the Peshmerga, very brave fighters, they don't have the military capability, the arms and equipment that that the ISIS has, because ISIS has ours, and we refuse to send weapons directly to the Kurds and the Peshmerga so that they can fight better. I mean, I'm beginning to believe that if it wasn't so tragic, this would almost be farce.
You know, it seems to me, I mean, there's something very bizarre about the fact we have the Secretary of State making an admission, Kobani is falling. He said that's now not our goal. I don't know. I thought the goal was to protect ISIS from spreading. He says it's not our goal. Meanwhile, we're doing 14 airstrikes. If 14 airstrikes don't work, maybe we got the wrong strategy, because we know one thing, it's getting worse.
Well, let me point out, too, I have strong disagreements with Erdogan on a number of issues, including Israel. But he's right in this respect. He is demanding that there be a buffer in inside Syria on the Turkish border, and a no-fly zone for Bashar Assad, because what we're doing is immoral. We're allowing Bashar Assad to destroy the Free Syrian Army, because every time we bomb ISIS, Bashar Assad moves in and attacks the Free Syrian Army with more intensity. By the way, these are the same ones. We're training 5,000 of them. We're going to send them back into Syria to be bombed by Bashar Assad. I mean, this is really as convoluted and as immoral as anything I've ever seen the United States of America do.
What do you make of what Vice President Biden said about Turkey? I mean, that whole border between Turkey and Syria has appeared to be a sieve where, you know, fighters have been going back and forth. You know, was Vice President Biden right about Turkey?
I think that there are border control issues with Turkey, and as I say, there are some areas that we're in disagreement. But Bashar Assad is right. We have two enemies, ISIS and Erdogan is right. We have two enemies, Bashar Assad and ISIS. And we cannot do it sequentially. We have to do it together. If we're going to help the Free Syrian Army, let's help them, and not play this game where 14 airstrikes is supposed to have some kind of impact on what. But look, I was in the Vietnam War. There was a place called Khe Sanh, which was surrounded by North Vietnamese. There was round-the-clock bombing day and night by B-52s, and it was a near thing.
Well, okay, so I didn't get, I mean, I'm trying to figure out, Vice President Biden seemed to step up the pressure on Turkey and had to apologize. You seem to say that there's some things you agreed with the president of Turkey on. So I'm trying to figure out where Turkey is in this. I mean, you know, was Vice President Biden, you know, was he right to sort of, you know, speak out about this?
No, I don't think so. I think it could be done in other ways. What he did was alienate both UAE, Saudi Arabia, and the Turks. He had a trifecta there. We have been unhappy with a lot of the things that the Turks have been doing. And there's been rich Saudis, not the government of Saudi Arabia, that have funneled money into ISIS and Al-Qaeda and others. And the same thing with UAE and Qatar. But we can't afford to alienate them, and the Vice President of the United States shouldn't be saying it publicly. But finally, Bashar Assad will join, excuse me, I keep mixing them up, Erdogan and the Turks will join this fight if we will set up this buffer zone and a no-fly zone, then and aim our objectives at both ISIS and Bashar Assad to take them both down. Remember, Bashar Assad has massacred nearly 200,000 people.
Is Secretary Kerry on board for that or not?
Oh, we keep hearing that there's this great debate in the White House. I've heard that for so many years now. It grows tiresome. And they tell me privately, hey, we're really working on it. Don't worry, we'll get it done. And it never gets done. I'm getting a little cynical.
Senator, thank you, sir.
Thank you.